It's great to see you, and I'm happy you are here. Today, we're telling the story of 4 children that survived on their own in the Amazon rainforest. That's heavy. These children are between the ages of 13 years old and 11 months. This is a good one. But before we start, I am inspired by people's will to survive. If you want to be inspired, encouraged, or you just want a cool story, stick around. And you know what to do. So today's story takes us to one of the coolest places on this planet, the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon rainforest covers 6.7 million square kilometers, the same size as the continent of the USA. The Amazon is home to 10% of all known species on Earth. It's also estimated to have 16,000 tree species and 390 billion individual trees. The Amazon is thought to have 2.5 million species of insects, and it has influences on global weather patterns. That's how big and how influential this place is. And then 1/5 of all of the fresh water on Earth runs through the Amazon rainforest. The children that survived the 40 days in the Amazon jungle were part of the Hoitoto indigenous group that lives in the Amazon rainforest. Hoitoto people learn to fish, hunt, gather, and they learn all of the survival skills that they need to from a very, very young age. So obviously that did help them, but it still doesn't mean they can survive and do this easily. Their grandfather also said that the eldest 2 of the 4 children were very capable and they did very well. They actually sometimes played some survival games. The grandfather used to play this with them, and apparently they did really well. So this story started on the 1st of May 2023. The 4 children, their mother, a leader from the indigenous tribe, and a pilot got into an airplane and set off from Araraquara to the town of San Jose del Guaviare. The plane that they flew in on this trip was a Cessna single-engine propeller plane. Pilot of the plane declared an emergency due to engine failure, and the aircraft disappeared from the radar a short time later. The plane crashed into a dense part of the forest, most likely hit the trees as it came down. Engine was ripped apart. Most of the front of the plane was ripped apart. The engine was actually next to the plane or further away from the plane, and some of the chairs inside the plane was still intact with the children in, and the front part was completely destroyed. On impact, 2 of the adults were killed immediately. These 2 were the pilot and the indigenous leader. The mother was hurt very badly, and in some miracle way, all 4 children walked out of the plane with not as much as a scratch on them. I mean, that is incredible. The children are Leslie, she is 13 years old. Her youngest sister, Sulaini, 9 years old. Tyne Noril, 4-year-old boy. And then the youngest one of this party, Kristen, an 11-month-old baby boy. Now here they were on the forest floor, climbing out of the plane, making sure that everybody's okay. At least the mother she was also able to get out of the plane. Obviously she started to take care of them, trying to fix up herself as much as she could. And then she told them, remember, this is a game, like the game that we played with grandfather. We must all make sure that we do exactly like what we did in those games. So as they settle in, the mother knew that they will come and look for them. And the mother told them, make sure you play the game and make sure that you can find whatever you need. And she started feeling that her condition is just getting worse and worse and worse. And on the 4th day, she told the children, you guys must go away, go look for water somewhere else, and try and move in a direction that she showed them that she thought the plane came from, because the mother didn't want them to be there when, well, and they set off. When they were found later, all of this was told to the father by the oldest girl. Leslie, who was 13, told her father that mother was there, she was okay, and she told us to leave. 16 days after the plane crash, the plane was found. They found the 3 bodies of the adults, and they saw that the plane was in a very, very bad state, but the children were still missing. So they started a search and rescue mission, and they intensified, because when they found the plane, they also found a bottle, they found some footprints not too far away, and they actually found a nappy. So this meant that the children were still alive. At this time, 16 days in, everybody thought that it was impossible. But they found signs that the children was definitely still alive. So at this point, it intensified. The search was called Operation Hope, and the military also got involved. Now it was the military and the indigenous tribes. Everybody was looking for these children. Something that was very cool, they flew with helicopters all over the area where they thought the children might be, and they broadcasted messages from their grandparents that said, people are looking for you, fight, remember what we did in the games, you'll make it, we're looking for you, we're coming for you, stay strong. The search at this point was going on day and night. During the day there were people on the ground all over the place and in the air. At night they were only on the ground with night vision goggles and just walking and running around. Now I mean, the Amazon is a dangerous place. It's snakes everywhere, it's wild animals, it's anything. Not only are the children in danger, but everybody that helped to search were also in danger. So this was a very risky move, but they carried on and they carried on and searching and searching. Then on the 9th of June 2023, all 4 children were found together about 3 miles away from the crash site. Everybody was over the moon. They were all alive, they were skinny, but they were all ready to go home. And they were all fine. But there was one thing that everybody asked them is, how is it possible that you guys could have survived for this long? What did you eat? And they said they ate fruits, they ate some of the roots of the trees, they hunted small animals, and they drank water from all of the streams that were in the area. And miraculously, they managed to just survive by doing that. All of them made it through, and they were all reunited with their father and with their grandparents back in the village. I believe there's a lot to learn from these children. I mean, for me, when I heard this, I was blown away. How can 4 children? Now, yes, I understand that a lot of people will say, but they grew up in the jungle, and yes, they understand. But the jungle is not a good place for children to play around outside. And the fact that they weren't bitten by snakes or attacked by some wild animals, it's a pure miracle. So I think what we can learn from these children, it doesn't matter where you are, just put your head down and go for it. So thank you for watching until the end of the video. I appreciate that. You make my day and you make all of this possible. So I'll see you in the next one.